you are leaving a huge amount of money on the table. Hello guys, how are you? And welcome back again to my YouTube channel. And today I want to discuss about volatility. What is volatility? And the reason why volatility is your friend. In fact, this video will be titled Why Volatility is Your Friend, or Why Volatility is All You Need. This video does not cater for people who will take stability at the cost of everything. But I'm going to scope my example to Nairobi Stock Exchange market. Volatility. What is volatility? For those who have been living under a rock, volatility is the rate of change of stock price, or of the price of the item that you are looking at. An item that is more volatile changes more frequently or more widely than the one that is less volatile, which is relatively stable. If you look at the current investment landscape, most people are looking at companies like Safaricom. In most cases, like you will see someone talking about, I'm investing in Safaricom or something like this. Safaricom is a prime example of a more established stock or a more established company where the price of the particular company or the underlying stock does not move as much. While this is a good thing for someone who is like risk averse, it is not like the best investment for everybody out there. Because let's be honest, each and every time that you are trying to invest your capital, you are always looking at the highest return. For someone who will be in the market in the long run, taking Safaricom or any other more established company in your portfolio is actually a good idea, because the return in long run will always be positive. But for people who have a little bit of capital, not as much capital, and are looking to make the highest return on investment, then I think looking at more volatile stocks is actually the best way to get the highest back out of your money. Let's be honest, guys. Volatility is a double-edged sword. But the one thing that you need to learn is how to use volatility to your advantage. Look at the stocks of, let's say, the Kericho's tea market factories around the Kericho free markets. They are the most volatile of all stocks, right, in the country. And if you look at the banking sector, a little bit stable, but also more volatile than maybe Safaricom. Look at the tobacco sector, guys, and a little bit more volatile, are also the highest dividend payout. What is it that is drawing everybody towards investing in Safaricom, other than just this preconceived notion that Safaricom is just the best investment? I'm not trying to divest you from Safaricom and any other more established company, because I don't know about the level of your risk tolerance. Nobody knows. It's only you who does know. And also, this video is not investment advice. This is just an analysis of the stock market and how things move, especially with regards to the Nairobi Stock Exchange market. In almost all the cases, if you are a day trader or you are someone who is looking to make some quick money, or you're doing trading for a living or investment for a living, taking a company like Safaricom in your portfolio is not always a good idea, because you are looking to make the most amount of money. And the more prices of a commodity change, the more opportunity is present within that underlying stock. If a stock, for example, pays around 1 shillings per share for dividends, let's say Safaricom, even if it has strong fundamentals, the underlying return convinces you that this stock is not valuable for me as someone who's doing full-time trading. So I want you to look at volatility, especially if you have an edge in the market, or you have ability to, or an infrastructure to analyze the market. I want you to look at volatility as your friend, as an opportunity to make money, but not something to run from. If you can reliably predict the market, if you can reliably use the infrastructure that you have, or the infrastructure or analysis that we provide at the Manisha or the ML Trader, which I will link in the description below, to understand the context of the market movement and things that can lead to maybe falling or rising dollar rates or things like that, then I think when you augment that with your knowledge of sector or the industry in which a company operates, in long run, you will always beat someone who is trying to avoid risks as much as possible. Like, it's always the case that risk is something to be managed, but it is never something to be run from. If you try to run from volatility or run from any sign of instability, then you are leaving a huge amount of money on the table. That is this guide for now. Like, I was just like surprised that everybody is investing in Safaricom with no fundamentals and no reason whatsoever why they should be doing so, and not taking opportunity of all these other small companies that have like a green field for you to invest and take money out there. Okay guys, thank you for now. Until next time, this is just another Oriel in Kenya. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a like and comment your favorite stock. And also by commenting and liking this video, you are helping us grow the community of like-minded investors. Until next time guys, thank you.